G'day, Aussie Bonsai bloke here, how you going? Today I'm going to do a bit of work on a Japanese red pine, and I also want to show you these flowers quickly on the crepe myrtle. I'll just give you a bit of a close-up of the flowers. Quite pretty flowers on the crepe myrtle. But one thing I wanted to show you was, see on the ends of these branches, you have to let them grow long before they go into flower. And that's what I mean with the crepe myrtle, that the flowers end up a fair way out from where you actually want the tree. This tree hasn't been styled much at all, so it doesn't look anything special, but you can see the flowers are a long way out from the actual tree itself. Still look pretty, but very hard to get in the actual shape of the tree as a finished bonsai with flowers, but still very good stock to work with. Anyway, I'll get to this red pine, Japanese red pine, now that I've showed you the crepe myrtle. Okay, this is the Japanese red pine. Got no idea what the root base is like on this. Whatever I do on this today, maybe don't copy it, because I've never worked on a pine before ever. So I don't really know the characteristics very well at all. Well, pretty much at all. Never worked on them, don't know them, but I'm going to give it a bit of a go. This is a bit of an experiment tree. It's a good tree to experiment on because it's a pretty crappy tree anyway, no real taper to it. I think I got it as a seedling for a couple of bucks, maybe, I'm going to say 6 years ago, and I think it's stayed in this pot the whole time. Maybe I repotted it once, I can't quite remember, but I'm going to get in there today and have a bit of a go at it. I think previously I think I wired the main trunk and that was it. Put a bit of shape in the main trunk when I first got seedling. And apart from that, I've cut it back a couple of times. Just, you know, like a 2-minute cut back. As I'm walking past, just hack off one of the strong branches. Early this spring, I went in, took all the stronger candles out. Whether or not you're meant to do that, I don't know. And then all the weaker candles then shot. I think it has created a lot smaller needles, because these are the needles from the previous year, and this year's needles, see, that's the difference between the old needles where I didn't take the strong leader out, and the new needles, which are now 4 months old, are about half the length. So I think that did do something, taking out the stronger growing tips right in the early spring. Anyway, today I'm going to cut the branches off that I don't want, style the tree, cut back these to 2. I'll give you a bit of a close-up as well, what I plan. Well, it's all experimental, I don't really know what's going on here, but yeah, so this is all experimental, but that's what bonsai is all about, having a bit of an experiment. So here you might be able to see, very prickly little bugger, you can see 5 coming out of there. So I want it to fork into 2, and I may well even just pick the 2 weaker branches, cut the strong ones off, and do that around the tree. If I get a weaker section, I'll go for a stronger one. I'm just doing all this by feel. I don't really I've never worked on a pine, so got no idea, but I'm just going to have a go at it. I'm also going to pull some of the old needles off here so that I can clean up a branch well enough that I can get a bit of wire on. Then I'll reduce it back to 2 shoots and maybe try and get a couple wraps of wire on that and Yeah, see how it goes. Cut off, there's a lot of branching in here that I don't need. So I'll cut that off, clean up the inside, and then I'll get back to you just before I wire it, I think. No worries. Trimmed off a lot of foliage, got rid of a lot of stuff I didn't think I needed, pulled out a lot of the old needles. Whether that's healthy for the tree or not, probably not. As I say, I wouldn't copy what I've done with this because I'm only experimenting, I've never worked on them before. just having a bit of a go. Probably one thing I've done different with this one than I normally do, because on broadleaf I go up straight away with the branches. On this one here I've tried to go down, have them hang down a bit. Straight off the trunk, they go straight down if I can. I think it looks better for a pine. I don't know, let me know what you think. It's bit of an experiment for me. It was a bit of fun actually, trying on a different species that I haven't had a go on before. Yeah, quite a lot of fun. It's interesting, the trunk actually looks quite good from that angle, but then I've got a branch coming straight at you, so I'm not sure what to do there. I might swap it around or change angles if I plant it in a different pot, change angles. I'll give you a bit of a close-up and a spin of the tree. Like I say, first attempt, so don't be too critical on me. As you can see, it's got a reasonable spread of roots down there. A little bit hard to pick up, but good spread of roots. Cleaned out a lot of these branches. This one branch here looks reasonably well ramified already, but the rest of them only 2 or 3 branches. But yeah, I'll give it a bit of a spin. Yeah, quite a bit of fun actually, something different. Working on something I haven't worked on before. I'll see how it responds. I mean, pretty much all I want it to do now before winter is hopefully get some buds at the cut sites on all the tips that I've cut. If it can get some good buds, yeah, if it can get some good buds there, well, then it should be ready to shoot away in spring again. If it can't get some good buds there, well, I don't know what will happen. It could die. So, anyway, cheers for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please share, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.